I am a true pacifist gamer, so I decided to try and beat Titanfall 2 without firing a single bullet from the barrel of any gun throughout the entirety of the campaign. So we're all on the same page as to what is allowed in this run. Here are a few simple ground rules. No shooting guns as a pilot, and no shooting guns when playing as BT. And as a bit of a bonus challenge, I also tried not to use grenades to kill anyone, but I won't count it as a failure if I need to use one. Our main way of committing murder will be our tried and true fists. Now that you know what's going down, let's get this challenge run started, shall we? Just a fair warning, this video will have spoilers for the story of Titanfall 2. Upon starting the campaign, I didn't think there would be any areas throughout it that could kill our run, especially not super early on. I was wrong.
Got him!
Literally 2 minutes into my run, I was forced to shoot a few targets in the tutorial to progress. This was very unfortunate, but I decided to keep playing and find the minimum amount of shots needed to beat the game, counting each time I need to shoot as one shot. The rest of the tutorial went by without much problem, and upon being ambushed, we were sent into the first main part of the story. We crash-landed in our escape pod into a raging battlefield. As bullets whizzed past my head left and right, I knew what I had to do. Slide around like a maniac, kicking the frick out of anyone who opposed me. Obviously. Oh wait, did I just die? Cut that out, cut that out. After dying absolutely 0 more times, and definitely not relying on my CPU teammates, our squadron pushed its way up farther into the battle. After getting jump-scared by BT's older sister and crawling into a hole to hide like a sissy baby, BT himself came out to rescue us, getting his pilot killed in the process. When I woke up from my nice little nap, my scrumptious and girthy thighs were being nommed on by the local fauna. But BT saved his little kitten. After lovingly and tenderly taking care of Lastimosa's body, I took his helmet and ran off to find BT some of his good juice. BT told me where to find his juice, and I started heading in that direction, not realizing I was just about to discover the main strategy I'd used throughout the entirety of this run. At first, my plan was to punch my way through the hordes of enemies I'd encountered, but this part of the game taught me that it was just a much better idea to turn invisible and run away as fast as possible, and that I did. I died more times than I thought was possible on the literal first part of the game, and it taught me quickly to just throw away my pride and start crying. After lots of tears, I found BT's juice and plugged it into his juice hole. Then came a bit of a predicament. During a bit of a tutorial for BT, you're required to, at the minimum, use his shield to redirect fire at enemies shooting at you. I tried to get around this, even with hacking an enemy beforehand, and using it to try and kill them. I died too quickly for that to work. Now, as it isn't necessarily me shooting, I don't think I'll have it count. So if you want to count it, you can. When I was given control of BT, the first thing I did was get out of his cockpit. I love BT's cockpit. Anyway, BT is capable of fighting completely autonomously, meaning he can shoot people for me. This will be our main course of action throughout all of BT's sections. After physically assaulting another Titan, we finally get to move on to the next part of the story. BT and I stumbled upon a few other friendly Titans, so we, and by we I mean he, helped murder a few enemy pilots. We now started towards the part of this run I was dreading the most. An arena survival section where we are constantly bombarded by exploding orbs and lots of grunts, with only my fists to defend myself. But honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I just kept moving and stayed invisible and didn't end up dying once. Now came a part when I actually had to think. There was a boss battle versus Kane, and he did too much damage for me to only punch him. So I resorted to reflecting his gunfire back at him with my shield, because it was either that, or shooting. And I'm not gonna shoot. Eventually I folded him like my uncle used to do when I was younger, and we came to my friend being kidnapped. Just like old times. After following BT through a massive construction line, doing some epic parkour, and almost dying, I came to find Ash. She was honestly a piece of juicy, succulent, moist cake that I took down easily. BT and I made it to my favorite part of this game, where we got to play around with time travel after finding Captain Anderson's dead body. We jumped around, phasing between now and then, slowly discovering the IMC's plans to create the a fold weapon to blow up one of our planets. Armed with this new information, BT and I found a radio tower to relay our findings to our commander. The only issue was, we needed to fix it. To fix it, we needed to go down into the pits of hell and find an arc tool. Arc tool, not a gun. As it is a tool, we can use it to kill things. Duh. After retrieving it, BT had to yeet me up to the antenna to finish fixing it. Because I'm amazing, I easily did this with the help of my new and improved murder laser. Not really new or improved, I just like saying that. After a bit more of my certified epicness and plugging in the part like your daughter did to me last night, we were done here. The commander received our message, and we were ready to stop the activation of the fold weapon. It was now time for a dope as all heck title drop. A Titanfall. Though this ultimately led nowhere because we missed the transport ship, so we just kind of decided to chase it there on a ship of our own. Yeah, I feel like we could have just done that to begin with. Upon the ship, BT was too thick. He had to throw me to where we were going as he couldn't fit through the door. So me and the boys ditched him to hack into the mainframe of the ship so we could board the one in front of us. And I once again feel like we could have just like went to the other ship instead, but anywho, BT was freaking ambushed by Viper, so I had to kick his trash. That is, until he started flying. How am I supposed to kick the trash of a flying garbage can? I couldn't. No matter what I did, I was not able to kill Viper using a shield reflection, melees, anything. So we had to shoot our second shot of the run. To make it better though, I used guided missiles, because technically not a gun, it's a rocket launcher. But once he grounded and we ripped his hatch off, I punched his face in, and then BT and I went down to the fuel source for the bomb. Kind of, I think it was called the Ark. I pushed it inside BT's cockpit, it's a lucky son of a gun, right before we crashed. He protected me. He saved my life. Then when we woke up, he gave the Ark fuel source thing like a freaking monkey and pretty much screwed over the entire mission. Thanks, bud. He tried to break us out, but was kinda murdered. So I did the right thing and stole his eyeball and made a run for it. After a bit of careful movement, I was gifted with my daddy's new body. We had another chance, but more importantly, he was looking fine as hell. We called down death from above on the enemy titan surrounding us, and we faced off against Sloane. We sliced her to death. There isn't much else to say about that one. It was time for me and BT to finish things though. We launched ourselves into the fold weapon, ready to smash into it thoughtlessly in the hopes it would go away, just like I do with all my problems. At the last second though, BT threw me away, protecting his pilot. Silently, I ran to the rendezvous, happy I had completed the run, but devastated I had lost a friend. After I finished recording the footage and writing the script for this video, I realized another YouTuber had also done a video on the same exact challenge, and I think you should go give their video a watch. It's pretty good, and I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day!